Hey everyone, my name is Brett Aylert. I've been doing SEO for pest control and other home service businesses for the past 7 or 8 years. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how I got a client $15,000 worth of leads every single month for only $650. If you are a pest control business or a home service business that has a large service area, this method might be the one for you. I had a client who, I'm picking a different city for this example, but was based in a larger city with a service area that was around 45 minutes surrounding this larger city. For this example, I chose Greensboro, North Carolina, with a service area that included surrounding cities such as High Point, North Carolina. Greensboro has a population of around 300,000. High Point is about 25 minutes away with a population of around 100,000. My client performed very well in Greensboro, but was looking to expand into High Point and some of the surrounding cities. With a pest control business or a local service business, you should be familiar with Google business profiles. When you scroll down to the map section in Google, it's these profiles that are displayed here. For most of our clients, a significant amount of their organic traffic and leads come from this section of Google. Although these profiles perform very well, the biggest downside is that they're very location specific. What I mean by this is if you have a profile in an office in Greensboro, North Carolina, it's very unlikely that you're going to perform in High Point, North Carolina, even though it's only 20 minutes away and you're driving to the customer. Google doesn't really understand this and really prefers for you to be located in that specific city or region to perform in that area in Google. Because of this, we floated the idea of opening up a new office in High Point, North Carolina to create a Google business profile in High Point to capture some of this demand in High Point specifically. Although opening new office locations so you can open additional Google business profile locations isn't a new strategy, when it's done right and when it's done strategically, it will lead to some of the lowest cost per leads for your business out of any marketing strategy. For this client, we opened up this new location, and after 3 months, it was leading to 150 new organic leads every single month for a cost per lead of about $4.50. They were also running paid ads and were getting a cost per lead of around $100 to $125 per lead. Here are the numbers from the client I was talking about before. What we did was we found the smallest office physically possible in this new city, and we focused on finding it in the center of the city. In this example, it was right on the main street in downtown. Can't remember the exact square footage, but it was 100 square feet, something to that effect. And they were paying $650 per month for the lease on this office space. Along with this, an additional one-time cost was purchasing local citations. If you are familiar with local citations, they are third-party websites that will list your business information, such as your business address, phone number, website, hours of operation, that sort of thing. This helps prove to Google that your new office location is a legitimate office, and it helps influence those map pack rankings for your new Google business profile. So once they got the lease signed, we helped them set up their new Google business profile location for this new office location. It did involve putting up some signage. We kind of did the bare minimum to prove that this was a legitimate office. We put up signage, we had our name on the door, we had everything a legitimate business would have at an office location. It was just that this was a very, very small office location. After the GBP profile was live, we started funneling reviews to this new GBP profile. This is extremely important. We'll talk about more about reviews specifically, but this is a huge part of this strategy. You need to be able to drive reviews to your new GBP location if you want it to perform. Because this was a larger pest control company and they had customers coming in and they had review generation software set up, within 2 to 3 months, we were able to get around 200 to 300 reviews for this profile, which helped boost the performance. And within 3 months, we were ranked first in that map pack section of Google. So after 3 months to break down the performance, we were averaging 150 leads directly from this new profile. That means someone visiting the website from clicking into the profile or calling our phone number directly. We were spending $650 per month on the office lease and then a one-time payment of $125. To do some simple math, we were getting a cost per lead of $4.33. I have the example of if you paid $100 cost per lead, that amount of leads would cost you $15,000 per month, but we were getting it for $650. As I briefly mentioned previously, reviews are a huge part of this strategy. If you can't get consistent new reviews, then you will struggle with this initiative or strategy. When you're looking at a new potential office location, I would recommend looking at who's showing up in the map pack currently and how many reviews do they have and where is their office located. So this wasn't the actual city that we did this for the client for. It was just an example that I pulled that was similar. In this example, you have GoForth ranking first in the map pack. This one is a paid ad, so skip that one. But GoForth is ranking first with 4.9 star reviews and 3,200 reviews. Just being candid, this is going to be difficult to outrank, so I might skip out on creating a new profile and buying an office space in High Point. That being said, number 2, Terminex Triad, has 373 reviews, so that's getting a little closer to that realm of realistically we could get more reviews. And then third is Pest Management Systems. They have 1,300 reviews, but my guess on the reason they're ranked third, even though they have 1,300 reviews and Terminex has 370, is that they're actually located in Greensboro. I mentioned earlier that Google really prefers your GBP profile to be located specifically in that city that you are competing for. So these two are located in High Point specifically, and then this one's in Greensboro, which is 25 minutes away. So as you're looking into if this strategy is viable for your business, take a look at who's ranking currently and how many reviews they have. For our client's example, I believe the competition had 50 to 200. They were good reviews, but they had 50 to 200 reviews. And within a few months, we were able to match that number as well as get more reviews, which allowed us to rank first and kind of push them down the page and take some of that traffic and leads. As mentioned earlier, this strategy does not make sense for every business as well as every location. But if you find that it does work in your service area, if you find an additional city that has a decent population, low competition in terms of this map pack competitors, then it might make sense to open a new location so that you can better compete in this map pack section of your secondary city or your expanded service area. If you have any questions or even want me to spot check if this might make sense for your business and your service area, just shoot me a message and I'll take a look at it. No problem at all.